A wave of grief and fury echoing through the streets of Tel Aviv. Grief for the 3 murdered hostages whose bodies were recently recovered from Gaza, and fury as there is still no agreement between Israel and Hamas on the release of 125 hostages who remain held by the terrorists for more than 230 days. The family of Hanan Yablonka, a father of 2 children aged 9 and 12, called on the public to join a march to the cemetery for the funeral. A large crowd walked to Kiryat Shaul Cemetery, north of the city, in a powerful display of unity and sorrow. Hanan's body was found together with those of Orion Hernandez-Rudeau and Michel Nissenbaum in an IDF operation in a tunnel in the northern Gaza Strip on Thursday.
Hanan was partying with his friends at the Nova Music Festival. He was murdered by Hamas terrorists and his body was taken into Gaza. Michel, an Israeli and Brazilian citizen, was on his way to pick up his 4-year-old granddaughter. He was murdered by Hamas terrorists and his body was taken into Gaza. Orion Hernandez, a tourist from Mexico with French citizenship, was partying with his girlfriend, Shani Luke, at the Nova Music Festival. Shani and Orion were celebrating life in the Nova Music Festival. They were both murdered by Hamas terrorists and their bodies were taken into Gaza.
Michel Nissenbaum was buried earlier on Sunday in Ashkelon. Hundreds of mourners marched in the funeral procession and attended the service to pay their final respects.
I'm sorry that he is dead. He shouldn't be dead. He was a good son.
Brazilian President Lula expressed his condolences on social media, saying he met with his sister and daughter and knew the immense love that his family had for him. Orion Hernandez-Rudeau will be laid to rest in his native Mexico in the coming days. As a dual citizen of Mexico and France, his murder underscores the global dimension of the hostage crisis in Gaza.
Orion has a girl, a baby girl that is 2-3 years old. These are the pictures. And you know, this girl does not have a father. And I was talking to his father. You know, in my phone it's written Orion's Papa. And I used to call him once a week because I always told him, don't father Orion, don't be afraid the father of Orion. If he will be released, you know, in Israel, I will take care of him. I will be his family. I will be his family until, you know, they will meet again. And, you know, we always had hope that he's still alive.
As the nation mourns even more devastating losses, the families of the victims continue to call for the release of all remaining hostages.
Now we need to return the girls. First of all, the girls, little Bibas, the young men, the soldiers, and all the bodies that are there. Their families want to have a grave to visit.